Hello and welcome to today's Euro 2012 show. I'm your host, Ben Clark. On today's programme we'll be providing in-depth analysis into the teams and the groups at this summer's forthcoming European Championship. Not only that, we'll be having an expert in the studio to provide his expert opinion on who is likely to experience a European dream this summer, or on the other hand, those teams likely to experience a European crisis. Now unfortunately, our usual pundit, Sam Bartram, the ex-Tidal United star, can't make it, as he's been charged with benefit fraud. But in his place, I'm delighted to announce Mr. Trevor England, who's an expert on all things football. Hi, Trevor.
Call me Trev. Alright.
Alright, Trev, great to have you in the studio.
Good to be here.
Now, we'll start with Group A and begin with Poland. Now, the Poles, co-host the tournament, of course, have only reached the first round once in their history in 2008, and on all other occasions struggled to make it the grade. But this year they have a striker called Roman Lewandowski, who's banged in 30 goals for his club this season. But do you see his nation banging on the door of the knockout stages?
I had a Polish builder once. He was alright.
Yep.
Don't know, they've got a few handy players. Szczesny in goal. He's a good stopper. Yeah.
So you think the likes of Szczesny will see the Poles good this summer?
Got a good chance. Got a good chance.
So that could be an outside tip for you, ladies and gentlemen. So moving on to Greece, the surprise 2004 winners, if you remember. Do you think they'll be able to emulate that achievement and have summer loving again this summer?
This team's about as good as their economy, mate. Shit. Don't rate their chances.
So your advice would be to any pundits out there, if you're going to back them, they'll end up more out of pocket than a Greek yogurt owner.
Yeah.
Okay, moving on to Russia. Like Greece, they've only won the tournament once in their history, and that was in 1960. But can you see any player catching your eye and taking them to victory this year?
Well, speaking from personal experience, Ben, I fully appreciate a lively Russian blonde, big physique, good ball control, but they've got to be good at banging in the goals. And then Pavel Pavlyagniak, that's exactly what Russia have got. I mean, he's been on form for Fulham, on loan this season. I just hope he makes it into the international setup.
Sounds solid advice there. Making up Group A are the Czech Republic. The Czechs will be hoping to checkmate their opposition this summer and emerge as king of their group. What do you make of them?
Not heard of them.
No advice at all?
Not heard of them.
Well, there you are, ladies and gentlemen. They look like an outside chance. Now, first of all, Holland. Now, the Dutch hit recently the Northern Irish for 6, but they'll be hoping to go one better this summer and be in 7th heaven. Now, the Germans. Always an efficient and industrious force at these European Championships. They've already won it 3 times. But Trevor, do you reckon they can win it for a record 4th time?
Ben, there's only one record that counts. 2 World Wars, 1 World Cup. In my unbiased opinion, don't rate their chances at all. Can't see them getting out of the group. They're just too inconsistent.
Well, we're going to have to disagree on that one, I'm afraid, Trev. Joining them in Group B are Denmark. Now, they could be the dark horse. They were 1992 winners, and they're spearheaded by the great Dane Nicholas Bentner, but he looks more like Bambi on ice these days. But also they have a young pup, Christian Eriksen. Do any other players catch your eye for the Danes?
Always fancied up front Dennis Rodal.
Dennis who?
Dennis Rodal.
Romadal.
Rodal.
Dennis Romadal. Yeah, the ex-Charlton man. Do you think he can link up with Bentner quite well then?
No, he's always quite lively. Yep.
Now, making up Group B are Portugal. Surprisingly, the Portuguese have never won the European crown, and they've only scraped into this year's finals via the playoffs. But obviously, they have one standout talent. He's head and shoulders above the rest of the team. He's touted as one of the most famous players, best players in the world.
Raul Morales ain't that good, mate.
I'm talking about Ronaldo.
Ronaldo? Are you mad? Fat Ronaldo's had his day, mate. And what are you doing putting him in this Euro competition? He's Brazilian.
No, Ronaldo, he's got a 6-pack, you know, slick hair, dark skin, Real Madrid star.
Real Madrid Ronaldo. Mate, that's 20 years. Sort it out, this is shite.
Okay, Now, the penultimate group, Group C. Begin with Spain, the tournament favourites. The Tiki Taka Gnomes from the Basque region will be hoping to turn their swag on this summer and take home the European crown once again. And with players such as Fabregas, Iniesta, Xavi, Silva, but to name a few, it would take a wise man to bet against them. But trying to prevent them from doing so are the Italian Stallions. Now, Italy are plagued once again by corruption on the eve of a major tournament final, but in 2006 they emerged victorious, and the current crop of Italians will be hoped to do the same. Trevor, I heard you have a thing for the Irish this summer.
Yeah, Ben, I do. Well, in Glenn Whelan, Jonathan Walters, you're two class facts. I mean, it's worth a quid. Worth a quid.
Well, the Irish hope that quid will pay dividends and they can take home the pot of money at the end of the rainbow come July. Now, making up Group C are Croatia. Now, the Croats are always a team that on paper seem very decent.
Yeah, mate. So do girls allowed. But from my personal experience, they're rubbish at playing with balls.
Well, I can't comment on that, I'm afraid. I'll have to give Ashley a call later to find out. But you can't deny, a team boasting seasoned Premier League players like Modric, Eduardo, and the Evertonian Jelavic have got an outside chance.
I expect them to get through to the group stages.
There you are. Now, finally, Group D, and the hosts Ukraine. They have a young little star called Yarmolenko, who plays for Dynamo Kiev, and he's one to watch out for this summer. Also, who can forget, Captain Shevchenko. The Ukrainians will be hoping the chef can cook up a feast for them this summer, rather than looking past the sell-by date. Now, the one you've all been waiting for. Of course, it's England, the Three Lions. Under new management, Roy Hodgson has led our boys to 1-0 victories over average opposition in abject displays void of creativity, desire or any passion. You're shaking your head, Trevor.
I disagree, mate. I'd say we're probably one of the best teams in the world right now. I mean, this Euro, it's ours to lose. I mean, we're the team to beat. We've got one of the best strikers in the world. He's got pace, he's got skill, he's got presence, he's got a dodgy haircut, and he's ugly. It's not Wayne Rooney, it's Andy Carroll. I mean, he might not have a fit bird like Crouchy or the robot, but he's a big man, and that's what every team needs.
Can't dispute that. The ultimate team in Group D are the French, who performed so poorly at the last World Cup. Do you think they can turn around this summer and make amends?
Don't like them.
No players catch your eye at all?
Well, they're useless unless they've got Cisse. I mean, he's their only hope, really. Don't like him.
So you don't tip them to...
Don't like him.
But,
don't like him.
Okay. And finally, the Swedes.
Mate, no one cares about Sweden.